Hi there everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Frankie. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This is my first YouTube video going up, so I'm super excited about that. Today's video is just going to be a quick get ready with me. I am heading out for the night, so I really just wanted to share this with you guys and show you how I get ready for a night out. Nothing super crazy, it's just this nice little natural semi-smoky look, but the kicker to this one is that I am only using drugstore makeup. I do not own any sort of high-end makeup. It's just a little too pricey for me. So this whole look was done with drugstore makeup, which is super, super cool. So if you're like me and you're just interested in seeing how to get super glam with drugstore makeup, then go ahead and just stay tuned because it's coming up. Thanks. So before we get started, we're always gonna prime. Recently, cream primers or, primers that you rub on your face have just been way too sticky for me. They just make my skin really unhappy. So I don't like using those. Recently, I've been using the Rimmel Stay Matte Fix and Go. This is a 2-in-1 spray. It is a primer and a setting spray. So it's super great. One thing, two uses, living for it. So you're just gonna shake this up really quick, give this a good spritz all over the face. I like to take my beauty blender right after I spray it, and then I will just pat it into my skin to make sure it's nice and absorbed. And then we'll go on to foundation. So it's all shaken up. And again, you can apply that in any way you'd like. And then just take the beauty blender and go ahead and dab that in. There is a mirror behind the camera, so if I'm looking that way, that's what it is. Cool, so now that that's in, perfect. I am going to start off by taking my all-time favorite foundation of late, which is the Maybelline 24-Hour Foundation. This is the Super Stay 24-Hour Foundation. It is phenomenal. It actually stays, it's nice and matte. It's really, really hydrating on the skin. It's not over drying. So that's what I like. So I'm not going to go too crazy with it. You don't need to because it's so full coverage. It's great. So I like to dampen my beauty blender, and then you're just going to take literally one pump is all I need. If I'm going for a super, super full coverage, I'll do an extra one just for touch-ups. But that's literally all you need. And then I like to go ahead and just dab it on my face, and you'll see why I do that in a minute. Okay, so it looks a little bit crazy now, but that just kind of spreads it out evenly, and then you're able to get a good base. So go ahead and start blending that in. So then for concealer, we're gonna just take a little bit of concealer. I don't need a lot of it. I feel like if I put a crap ton of concealer, it just makes me look weird. So I'm gonna use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. This is the more pinky shade. This is the Brightener Illuminator. So what I like to do, I need to get a new one of these, is I'll literally just take it and I like to do a nice triangle shape right down under the eye. I feel like it looks less cakey that way, and you really get that blurring effect. And you can go ahead and put it pretty much wherever. I like to just kind of do a little dot dot here to dot dot there. I'm gonna re-wet my beauty blender. Again, you don't want it soaked, but just damp. And then go ahead and buff that in. And again, go over the eye if you want. You don't have to, but I like to. And then you're really just going to work that down into that same triangle shape that you made with the concealer initially. And just kind of work it into that little V. The faces we make when we do makeup are awesome. Okay, and buff these bad boys in. I feel like this helps with a contour, and you're going to see I'm going to do a cream contour today, which I don't typically do, but why not? I tried it once the other day and I was like, huh, it doesn't look terrible. So take that concealer on the bridge of your nose, right on the T-zone of the forehead. So it's see, you can kind of see that line. And then yeah, so once that is blended, looks good. Cool. Okay, so this might be a little bit of overkill, but again, you can never go wrong with this stuff. So I like to go ahead and just kind of semi-set right now, just to make sure that foundation and all the liquids are good to go. So let's do that. So there we go, 1, 2, 3. You saw for the priming stage, I did like 5 or 6 pumps. Then just go over it one more time. Okay, cool, that'll work. Again, we're gonna like fully set at the end of this, so you don't need to go super crazy. But I've just found that this works with my skin. I've got very combination skin. My cheeks get really, really dry, where my forehead and nose get really oily. So it's just kind of a mix of things. So I just, you know, I try and do things a little bit different every day and just see what works best. And right now this is working. So don't mess with perfection if you don't need to. Okay, and then so for contour today, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Like I said, I don't typically do a cream contour, but I tried this a while back and I really like it tonight because this foundation that I used is just a little bit lighter than what I am right now. I definitely bought this when I wasn't as tan, but I've been working outside a lot recently with my job. So I've developed a tan. So using a darker cream contour will kind of help even out my skin tone a little bit and just make me look overall a little bit more tan to fit the rest of my body, which is great. So funny enough, this is actually a concealer that I ended up buying online, and it's the completely wrong shade to be a concealer, but it's perfect for a contour shade. So this is what it looks like in the tube. You can kind of see that. Perfect. So this is from Kiss Professionals, and I don't remember where I found this, but I bought it because I was like, oh, look, it's a concealer. And it wasn't. So what I like to do with this is I will use this I can either dot it with the pen, which is what I did the last time, or you can just dab it on the back of your hand and then put your dots where you need to. Either way, I'm going to be using a brush to blend it out. I'm just going to be using one of my Real Techniques brush, which is this one. I don't remember the number of this one. The buffing brush. So this little buffing brush from Real Techniques is what I'm going to be using. I think I'm just going to go ahead and use the tube itself. So I'm going to go right along that line that I created with the concealer. And again, it's not going to be a lot because you don't need a lot. And then go around the forehead. Ideally with a contour, you want to do it in the shape of a 3. So 1 and down here. So I'm going to do just a little bit on the jawline, nothing crazy. You can always add more, but you can't really take away, otherwise it's going to look weird. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and blend. So I like to pat it in first and then go in little circles until you get that nice blended all over looking good shade. I'm going to go up into that hairline and down the face. And don't be worried if you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh my god, it's really dark, because it is looking a little dark on the side, but that is totally fine. That's why we have powder. So go ahead and blend down the neck, get that nice jawline going. Okay. Cute, so we got that all over glow going with our little buffer brush, which is awesome. And then real quick, I'm going to go ahead and bake my under eyes just to make sure we don't crease. So again, you want to wet your beauty blender, not super crazy, just a little bit damp to make that powder. Once you've done that, you're going to go ahead and take your setting powder, whatever you guys want to use. I am using today, my favorite of all time, the Airspun Loose Face Powder. I've been using this for, God, 2, 3, 4 years now. So just take a little bit of that. I like to put it in the cap and kind of zhuzh it around. And then you're just going to dip in there until your blender gets nice and coated and put that right under the eyes. When I first started getting into makeup, people were like, oh my god, why is blending a thing? Why do you need to blend? Why is baking a thing? when I got into makeup, people were always like, why is baking a thing? Why do you need to bake? You don't need to bake. You don't need to if you don't want to. I found that baking will really help reduce the creasing because think about it, you've put a liquid onto your face and our faces have lines. So if you put a setting powder, it's gonna stop and dry essentially the liquid that you just put on your face, and it's not gonna settle into your lines. So it makes sense. And again, everyone does it a little bit different. Some people will bake for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Why they call it baking is just because as the powder sits on your face, it warms up, and then it melts into your skin a little bit more. So that's why it's called baking. There's stuff all over my shirt. Don't worry, I'm changing the shirt, so it's all good. Okay, so we're baking. We have our contour / bronzing on. Super cute. Need to redo that a little bit more. There we go. That's better. Okay, so that contour is blended in a little bit more. All right, let's go ahead and work on some brows. So for brows, I'm using my tried and true, this is just the e.l.f. brow palette. You can see I've literally hit pan on it. I'm using it until it dies because your girl is thrifty. So what I like to do first is just brush out my brows. I've got some patchiness going on. So I like to just brush them out first, just so I can get a good shape that I want. Because when you're trying to shape it after you've put on the actual pomade, it's just a pain in the ass. So you're not going to get anywhere. Go ahead and dip that in. I'm actually going to grab just another little mirror so I can hold it in front of my face and see what I'm doing. Okay. Cool. So I like to go right under my brow. I'm going to step in a little bit more. So I like to go right under it and just get that initial first line and then kind of drag it up. Get the underbrow. Okay. And then just go ahead and brush that through. And you'll kind of see the shape forming. Not the best brow day today, huh? Yesterday my brows were on fleek. Okay, I'm gonna fill that one in just a little bit more, but let's get the other sister involved here. Okay, we're going right under that. And right under, going down. Why is it that one brow always looks better than the other? Without fail. See, look at that. Ooh, girl. She's slacking. Ooh, girl. So let's see if I can fill her in just a little bit. There we go. Now she's joining the club. Cute. Looking for it. Okay, moving on to eyeshadow. The only thing that I'm going to be using that is not drugstore, but it's still really, really affordable. I'm using my Morphe, I think this is the 35F palette. I got it, no, excuse me, it's a 35T palette. 35T. So I love this palette. I really do. It's got so many beautiful neutral shades with some shimmers, and there's like the golds and the purples and the grays, and it's so good. It's so good. So I'm going to be using that palette today to give me the eye look I'm going for today. Is really going to be kind of like a purpley, smoky kind of look, because again, it's like 6 o'clock at night and I'm going out. So yeah, we will see. So going into our lovely palette, I'm always going to start with a nice neutral brown. So I'm going to go with this bad boy right here and dip into that, and then she's just gonna go all over like the crease, lid area. Right in there, just so you have a nice base. Okay. Cute. Okay. And then let's see what else we're going to use. What do we want to use? There's so many fun colors. So many fun colors in this palette. Side note, I washed my brushes the other day with, I ran out of my actual cleansing soap, so I just used some strawberry hand soap. And now all my brushes smell like strawberry, so I'm not mad. Let's see. So I think I'm going to do a nice little combo. We're going to do Probably this nice like matte maroon kind of looking color mixed with a little bit of this coppery shimmer color, and it's just going to give us that really nice dark smoky look. Might throw in some of this little purpley shimmer moment up here. It's more like a rose gold, like a dark rose, and throw that in. So let's see what we can do. So when you're starting off the smoky eye, I really like to dab it right in the middle and bring it out and then bring it right into that crease. So you're working with that V shape again. We do a lot of V shapes. And really go ahead and pack that in. Again, we're using that nice dark maroon shade. Kind of bringing it up just a little bit more. Don't worry about that, we're gonna blend that out in a little bit. And then just to blend it, I'm going to take that brown shade that we used initially and just blend all of that in and up. I don't go too high up when I blend, but I like to get, you know, decent amount up on like the brow bone area, just so it smokes it out really pretty, like you see there. Cute, so we've got that little smoky effect going, and we're just blending those two darker shades together. There we go. Cute. Put a little more on that side there. All right. Cute, so that's good. I'm feeling a little adventurous today, so I'm gonna add just a little bit of the spray on the back of my hand, so I can dip my finger into it. And what this is gonna do, I like to apply really light shimmer shades or, you know, even highlighters and stuff, just to that like blank area that you see, just to kind of, you know, give it some pizzazz. So I'm gonna go in on the Morphe palette with this lovely little corner number right up here. It's like a, I don't know, what do you think? Like a mauve-y, champagne-y. She's cute. She's cute and she's light, and she is in that realm of the grays to kind of help with the smoky. So we're gonna throw her in again with the shimmer shades and stuff like that. I like to just use that on my finger, and I'm gonna go in right on that dead space, right there, so you can see the difference between the two. Go back in with the finger and just get her in there. Cute. Okay. Gonna wipe. Cool. So now that our eyes are done, we are gonna go and wipe the bake away, because that has been on for a hot minute. Having a bake on while you're doing your eye makeup is also really good too, because it's gonna catch all that fallout, and then you can just wipe it away. So again, I'm wiping away that excess bake, but I'm also dragging it all over the face just to kind of help with the setting. And then I'm going to take that same setting powder again and just set the face completely with powder, and then we will do the spray and just finishing up our routine. We're getting really close to the end here, guys. So again, just kind of mush that around in the pan. This is a super, super big fluffy brush from Real Techniques. This is the powder brush. So powder, huh? You don't have to use a specific brush that a company offers for any particular part of your face. Use what you're comfortable with. If you want to use this giant thing for your blush, go for it. If you want to use this little thing for your setting powder, go for it. Like, it doesn't matter. Do what's comfortable for you. It's just the accepted guidelines from specific companies that they have to say, like, what the brush is made for. But again, do you, boo-boo. So just dab that all over the face, bounce it in, and then you can wipe it away. So again, you're bouncing to get it onto the face, and then you're wiping away all that excess. Cute. So in the realm of setting, I'm gonna go back to the brows really quick and just throw some brow gel in. I'm using a very inexpensive brow gel that works so well. You don't have to go and get the Benefit Brows or the Anastasia Brow Gel or whatever it is. I'm using the NYX Control Freak. This is just a clear brow gel. I think this tube was like $6. And brow gel, just like hair gel, is going to keep all of those little brow hairs in place, especially if you're running around, you know, around town doing all your other things. It's just really going to keep everything in place so that they don't shift. Okay guys, so we are almost finished with our makeup routine here. So I'm just going to go in with some blush. This is just some regular pink rosy blush. Again, I'm hitting pan. This is from Milani, and I love their stuff. It's so pretty. I'm just going to use a little fan brush. This is the contour brush. Again, I'm using it for blush. Who cares? From Real Techniques. I don't like to go super crazy with blush, but you can put a little on just to give you some color. Cute. Okay, so we have some color. So I'm just really going to quickly off camera throw on some eyeliner and mascara. So my eyeliner is going to be the Maybelline Unstoppable eyeliner pen in the color Onyx, which is just the blackest color that they have. And then for mascara, I'm going to use the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume mascara, which is really, really cool. I like this one a lot. If y'all haven't tried it, you'll see what the result is, but the brush is nice and thick, like so. And it just gives a lot of volume. There's a ton of bristles on that. So it just looks really cute when it's on, and I will be right back. And that is it, you guys. That is our completed look. So while I was off camera, I also went ahead and just did my hair because it is getting a little bit late and I'm running behind schedule a little bit. I also did throw on the lashes, the liner, and also set my face. So again, I just went in with our Rimmel Stay Matte Fix and Go, and it's amazing. So I like to just put, 4 pumps of this all over my face, let it air dry, and then you are good to go. Thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye.